30 minutes of nonstop intense expert nitro A-main action. Jared Tebo, your TQ. Boop. Couple guys a little late on the drop there, but we're going. We've had some pretty good starts here on this track. Thought it looked a little sketchy in qualifying, but the mains have actually been pretty good for the most part. We're off and rolling. Jared Tebo up front. Mason Fuller in the 2. Jared Wiggins in the 3. Gastelum in the 4. Ashton Abdul in the 5. Through the chump bumps. Everybody nose to tail, just like the expert class should be. Jared Tebo stretches it out just a little bit over Mason Fuller. Mason's got his hands full with Wiggins as they go popping through those chump bumps. Ashton Abdul, a little bit of room on Gastelum. You can see, let's see who's that. That's going to be Graham. He's got his hands full with Greg right behind him. Jared Tebo down the straightaway. Mason Fuller in the 2. Wiggins in the 3. Top 4 kind of pulling away just a little bit now. The pace picking up. 23.8 for new fast laps so far. We saw a couple low 23s. There's a rollover from Mason Fuller. Wiggins going to take over the 2 spot now. It's Tebo in front. There's Wiggins. Mason's going to hang on to 3rd. He's got Gastelum behind him in 4th. Ashton, Graham, Greg Baumel, all right there. Mitchell's there. Jeremy Whiting's there. Chris Morant is there. But you can definitely see the separation now as Jared comes across the stripe. 24.3 on that one. Jared Wiggins with a 24.3. Mason Fuller 24.4. Zach Gastelum 24.7. That's when you're fast all day long here at the HobbyPlex. That's my favorite lap time. So far, so good. We got about 2.5 down, 27.5 minutes left to go. It's Jared Tebo followed by Jared Wiggins. Jared Wiggins has Mason Fuller behind him. Big chunk kicked onto the racetrack after the triple. Oof. Your leader goes down the straightaway. Oh, trouble after the triple. Your leader's going to be catching up here in a few laps. Probably to this pack of 5. There's the race for second between Jared Wiggins, Mason Fuller. These two no strangers to each other. The top 3 have been to pretty much most of the big nitro races this year, even with all the COVID stuff going on. A lot of the outdoor nitro events still able to happen because they're outside. Some of the big arena events able to happen because of social distancing here in Omaha, of course. We're only at 25% capacity, so 75 people or family members. As Jared Tebo gets around Chris Morant, put him a lap down. Mason Fuller right behind Jared Wiggins as they go down the straightaway. Through the chump bumps. Good battle for second, nose to tail. Tekno versus TLR. You guys see these well-known paint schemes coming up behind you. They're probably putting you a lap down. Jared Tebo getting around 2 of them. Wiggins with a little problem. Mason Fuller's going to get back around for second. So now they're running in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd order. Zach Gastelum still in the 4th spot, qualified 4th. That's where he's at. There's Greg Baumel. Oh, his front end is unhappy. That's why he's back there now. Ashton Abdul in his X-Ray doing a good job in 5th. Mitchell Pavel and Graham Hill as they go down the straightaway. And look at that. Jared Tebo has lapped up to 8th place with 25 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. Tebo right in the middle of the racetrack, up over the big triple. Mason Fuller in the 2, Jared Wiggins in the 3, Zach Gastelum in the 4. Somebody's upside down right here. Let's see who that is. That was Mitchell Pavel Mitchell's going to have, let's see, Mason Fuller's coming up behind Greg, I believe, to put him a lap down. The gap right now, 5.1 seconds between first and second, and then 2.5 between second and third. Ashton and Graham Hill having a great race back there for 5th and 6th place. That's Omaha versus Denver, Colorado area. Fort Collins-ish, somewhere over there. Oh, Greg's front shock just keeps causing problems. Hey, let's try to fix that pipe on straightaway real fast on the pit lane entrance real quick. You guys see that pipe on pit lane entrance? Let's see if we can get that going before pit and start here in about 2 minutes. Jared Tebo putting a lap now up to, I think he just got around Jeremy Whiting. Mason Fuller going to try to get around. Oh, look at that. Didn't see what happened, but Mason is right there. So Jared Tebo had a 27-second lap thrown in there. So Mason Fuller going to be right on his rear bumper once again. Jared Wiggins back there in third. Just 6 minutes down in this one. Oh, Mason. Oh, Mason and Jared get together. He's going to wait and let him get back by. Got to go, 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 go. Thank you. Careful there. That's first and second getting tangled up. So Wiggins back in play. Now after that, little dust up between your top two. 23 minutes left to go. And Mason gets back around Jared. Seven minutes down, 7 down. Pit stops will be coming up soon. Having a good pit stop, so important now in Nitro 8-scale racing. They got those super fast pit sticks, fuel sticks. Mason and Jared right there, nose to tail, still staying out. Oh, Jared's gonna come in, nice and easy in the pit lane, gets a good clean entrance. And gets a good clean exit. That's how you do it. They're starting to yell up at everybody as we are in the pits right now. At 7.5 minutes. A lot of guys getting called in. Looks like Graham got around Ashton Abdul. Ashton Abdul coming in to the pits in his blue X-ray. Wiggins is coming in. So Jared's going to go around, pick up one spot. Where's Mason at? Ah, Jared pulls in front of Mason Fuller as they put a lap on Ashton Abdul. Marshall doing a great job of not getting in the way of those two as there was some trouble in the chump bumps. And we're back to game on here between these two pros. Jared Tebo and Mason Fuller. Wiggins is back there just lingering in third place. Gastelum still in the 4th spot. Haven't talked too much about him because he's just kind of hanging out with his wang out in 4th. You can see Zach, he's going to be putting a lap here on the, I think that's Greg in front of him. So you see that yellow, orange, white X-ray behind you. Make sure you give a little bit of room. That's not for position. Mason with a very quick rollover there. 8.5 minutes to go. Tebo through the chump bumps. Mason Fuller up and over the big kicker now. And that jump in the back kind of kicks you up.
I think Mitchell missed the loop.
I'll fix it at the end.
All right.
Trouble in front of your leaders. Careful, guys. I think that was Chris Morant getting out of sorts. Jared up over the triple. Mason's going to be right there again. You can see Jared Wiggins just a few turns back. About a straightaway between Jared and Mason. Mason keeping Jared Tebo honest here at the Plex. Most of the usual suspects made it into our limited entries. Mason's a previous 8-scale champ. Getting close to 10 minutes. $20 minutes left to go. Ashton kind of getting worked over there, but Jared Wiggins was your third place car, so you got to give him some room when they catch you. There's Zach Gastelum, like I said, just in fourth place, pretty far out in front of fifth, kind of far behind third. Oh, Mason, there it is, sneaking on the inside of Jared. And they go back at it again. Your Sportsman A-Main came down to the last pit stop. Will we see the same thing in Expert? They are so close. Jared is right there. Tire management probably going to be pretty big here too tonight. When this track gets black like it is, it kind of eats up some tires, especially here in 8 scale. And that's going to be, I believe, AKA versus J Concepts Rubber. Oh, they touch a little bit, but Jared, smooth. Mason hangs on to her. Fast lap of the race belongs to Jared, 23.6. Couple cars in front of him in the chump bump, so I think that's Jeremy Whiting. Those are your top two behind you. Make sure you let him go. When they catch up over the kicker, it'd be great. Yeah, look at that. That's a good job right there. This time it's Jared applying the pressure off the dirt oval. Oh man, Mason almost got helped right there from Jared. Jared is all over Mason, almost pushing him through the chump bumps. We got 12 minutes down, about 3 minutes from our next round of pit stops. Jared, a better line off that tabletop, closes in just a little bit. Remember, Wiggins is still back there, about a straightaway back maybe. Jared looking for a way around Mason through the chump bumps, trying a couple different lines. Kind of ran out of real estate. Ashton Abdul and Graham Hill are still going at it back there for fifth. Behind them, it's Mitchell, Jeremy, Chris, and Greg. Greg had that broken front end on his car. Looks like they got it fixed again and he's out there. Meanwhile, Mason Fuller now stretching out just a little bit of a lead over Jared Tebo. Remember, Mason had the lead in the pit stops and Jared came out in front. See if they'll do that again here. 13 minutes down, probably 2 minutes before our next round of pit stops. Mason Fuller in the TLR, Jared Tebo in the Tekno. The title sponsor of this event. There's Jared Wiggins. Jared Wiggins hanging in there in third. And then way back there in fourth is Zach Gastelum. We'll check the gap between Zach and Jared Wiggins. It's going to be about 19 seconds. The gap now between Mason and Jared is 3 seconds. Little bobble right there. This part of the track a little darker than normal too, so it's something these guys have to compensate for. We lost a light about 3 days ago, and our electrician guy is unavailable at the moment. Getting close to halfway here in this one. Probably see these guys start to pit here within the next 30 seconds maybe. Mason Fuller in front. Jared Tebo in the 2. There's Jared Wiggins. Wiggins making up a little bit of ground here. Back there in third. Looks like Chris Morant, the first one in the pits. Man, Mason just flinging that car up over that last double onto the flat of the dirt oval. Mason is in, and Jared is in. Fuel sticks for everybody. See if Jared can make up some time. He probably did just a little bit. Chris Nunez, the pit guy for Jared. And Nunez, pretty well known for a good engine man, good pit guy. And I think Jared made up just a little bit of time. We'll check the gap here. It was 2.8. Now it's 1.4, a full second advantage in the pits for Jared Tebo. They're gonna pit one more time. Oh, trouble there for Mason, and Tebo takes the spot. Again, we saw our Sportsman come down to the last pit stop before it kind of gapped itself. And Jared, a mistake in the same part of the racetrack, and Mason's goes right back to it. You can see them kind of hitting that high spot of the triple every single lap, making sure they clear it and land right where they need to be. They're going to be coming up behind Zach Gastelum to put Zach fourth place, a lap down, and Jared gets the lead back through the oval. So Gastelum in front of these two. There's one, there's two, he lets him go, nice job. Zach's kind of in no man's land, like I said. He's pretty far back from third, and he's way far ahead of fourth, or fifth. Fifth place right now is Ashton Abdul. Just picked up an X-ray ride for 2020-21. One of our local kids. Jeremy Whiting, you're going to have the leaders up behind you next. Thank you. They are nose to tail. Look at that. Jared and Mason. Wiggins back there in third, but starting to lose a little bit more ground as these two turn it up here. Both these guys just came from the Alabama Manufacturers Shootout reschedule last week. Mason and the Fullers did pretty good. Caden had a really good weekend. Mason made all of his mains. Won the 15 and under A main down there. Jared, of course, making the top three in the Pro Nitro. Trouble in front of him. That's Chris Morant. Good job there. Thank you. 18 minutes down, 12 minutes to go. New fast lap. This time it's Mason Fuller, 23.5. New fast lap of the race. That kicker jump kicks you up pretty high. There's a spot to the outside of it that kind of kicks you up further. These pro guys know that, so they're trying to stay right in the sweet spot. 19 down, 11 minutes to go. Jared and Mason. Mini Truggy, A-Main up next. We're going to need a guest announcer for that one. That should be good. Top two through the chump bumps. Wiggins down the straightaway. I think he's got Ashton Abdul in front of him, so make sure. No, that's Chris Moran. I'm sorry. That's going to be third place behind you here. And Greg, you're going to have first and second behind you at the end of the straightaway here shortly. Maybe next lap or so. Oh, that works. A little rollover right there. No harm, no foul. Oh, somebody's upside down. That was Mason. So advantage Tebo. with 20 minutes down, 10 minutes to go. Jared Tebo now with a 5.1 lead over Mason Fuller. And Wiggins, again, he's just 5 seconds behind Mason. He's been hanging in there back in third, waiting for something to happen. Trying to stay with him, trying to pace him. Gastelum still in fourth. Ashton Abdul is fifth. Graham Hill sixth. Jeremy Whiting seventh. Chris Brandt eighth. Greg Baumel ninth. And Mitchell Pavel looks like he might be out. Jared coming up behind Jeremy. There you go. Whoa, Jared got a little slideways. Mason's gonna make up about a second and a half right there. Jeremy Whiting's like, oh, okay. Oh, wah wah. We'll check the gap. Last time it was 2.5. This time it is 2.3. Both of them putting down fast 23-second laps, 23.7 and a 23.6. But Tebo through the chump bumps, up and over the triple. Mason, whoo, barely. Wiggins going to be coming up behind Jeremy Whiting and Greg Baumel to pass them. We'll put them on another lap down. So just be aware. Gastelum is just now up over the big kicker. He'll probably be coming up behind Graham and Jeremy shortly. Ashton Abdullah in this blue buggy here in fifth. He might be the next victim for Jared. 24.2 to a 23.8. So Mason back down to 2.5, and Jared had a little bobble over that tabletop. Probably see these guys pit at about the 23-minute mark, maybe 22 and a half. Should be coming up soon. Jared staying out there. Mason staying out there. You can hear him now starting to yell up to the pits. You can see Darrell Wallen and Chris Nunez are ready to go. So it looks like Jared will be coming in this time. And Jared is in, a clean entrance. Darrell's got him, there's Mason. Teammate Derek Woods got him. And in and out they go. I'd say probably advantage Tebo again just a little bit. We'll see what the lap times say. So Jared's pit lap, 28.9. Mason's pit lap, a 28.8. So actually Mason that time a little quicker on the Delta lap. 6.5 minutes left to go. Whoop, there's my finger. We are down to our final stretch. Oh, and Jared getting in trouble with lap traffic. You guys got to be careful. Jared in all sorts of trouble there. Greg Baumel, you're the next victim. Oh my goodness. There we go. And just like that, that lead is gone. Trouble over the triple. Your leaders up over the triple this time clear, no problem. Leaders behind Jeremy Whiting, gonna let him go. These guys have been together from the start. Back together again, like awkward high school classmates at a Kavanaugh reunion. Mason is right there. Ashton Abdul is going to be the next victim in front of your top two. Wiggins still in third. Gastelum still in fourth. Ashton still in fifth. This one kind of settled other than your top two, at least for the moment. Final 5 minutes of Pro Nitro Buggy, Expert Nitro Buggy. Looks like everybody has cycled through the pits. Again, I'll be interested to see everybody's tires at the end of this one when we take the podium pictures. It's AKA rubber versus J Concepts rubber as they go down the straightaway. Jared doing all he can to hug the tight line. Oh, Jared rolls it in the corner. Mason's going to get around. That's basically a straight up either traction roll or maybe a track roll. So now with 4 minutes to go, it's now Mason that's going to have about the 3-second advantage over Jared. 2.7 to be exact. Wiggins still hanging out there back in third. Gastelum still in fourth. Ashton Abdul still fifth. Then it's Graham, Jeremy, Chris, and Greg, and Mitchell. Here comes Mason. There's Jared. These guys got ascended off of that back. Basically a single onto the flat of the dirt oval section. Zach letting your leader go, thank you. You're going to have second, of course, behind you shortly. Oh, Mason Fuller with his own traction roll. And just like that, they're back together again. Got a phone on the track. Oh, man. Mason and Jared, 3 minutes to go. Intense. Expert A main. It's going to be on YouTube later. Nose to tail. Lucas Baker, the winner of Sportsman, cheering him on. Through the chump bumps. Lap traffic in front of him. You guys know what to do when these two catch you. It's down to the wire. Boy, Jared almost had a really good run off the triple that time, but Mason shut the door, kept it closed. Man, Jared's line over the tabletop, smooth. Mason, almost a little brake check there. Jared's like, peekaboo. Oh, Jared on the inside. Got the spot away from Mason up over the triple. 2:10 left to go, the pass. Set it up in the chump bumps and finish it off the triple. Can Mason counter? 2 minutes to go. Gastelum back there in fourth, letting the leaders go. Quality racing here. Mason searching for some speed. He's pretty fast off that back jump coming onto the flat. Definitely. And he tightened up his line there, so he might have made up maybe a tenth of a second or two. We got 5 more laps. FTW. Mason is drawn right back up to the rear bumper of Jared. Oh, Jared a little squirrely. Got in the fluffy stuff. Mason is right there. 1 minute to go, probably 3 more laps. Mason's right there, hugging the corners. The chump bumps, Jared maybe gained a little bit. Trouble in front of him, but they get through it. Nice job. 40 seconds. They have been this way for a half hour. Oh, Jared a little on the inside. Oh, blocks Mason out though. Mason had nowhere to go. Ran to the back of Jared. That might just do it. "15 seconds. Don't look now, but that's Jared Wiggins. Not that far behind Mason. And this is going to be your top three's final lap. They're all going to finish on the same lap. So Mason Fuller has got to stay focused here because he's got third place, maybe a turn or two behind him. Wiggins has hung in there. Time has expired on the master clock. Whoa, Mason, whoo, got super lucky. He's going to hang on to second. Jared Wiggins going to come in third. My goodness, what a classic here in round one of the 2020-21 Tekno 1/8 scale winter series of the HobbyPlex. Let's get the top three inside for pictures. Jared Mason and Jared Wiggins. Then it was Zach Gastelum, Ashton Abdul, Graham Hill, Jeremy Whiting, Chris Morant, and Greg Baumel. Mitchell Pavel was out a little early. Not make the camera so